Hey guys, it's Zoe. So today I'm with my friend Avery. We're gonna be doing some back to school hacks and DIYs. So we're just gonna get right into it because we don't want this video to be too long. So let's get started. So the first one we're gonna be doing is putting decorative tape on a pencil so you know that's your pencil. So Avery's gonna do this one.
Because I've had a lot of people who take my pencils and they're like, oh, that's my pencil. Sure. So all you want to do is take the tape right along the metal edge of the pencil at the top. And you can try to do it all in one swipe or whatever, but I'm going to take a little and put it on and then rip it. And then just do that around the whole thing of the pencil. Now, this should be okay to put in a sharpener that's an electric sharpener, but just in case, I would recommend using a handheld sharpener because if they break, they're a lot cheaper to buy than a electric pencil sharpener. So I'm just gonna put this around the whole pencil and we'll be right back.
Okay, we're back.
And here's the pencil. It's just got some polka dot pink tape on it, and you can put whatever type of tape you want on it. So I'm just going to show you that it actually will sharpen. So I'm going to put it in my little handheld sharpener here. Starting to sharpen. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend using a handheld sharpener for this so you don't accidentally ruin the sharpener with the tape. So here is the first one.
Okay, so next we're gonna make a edible glue stick using Starburst. So we already have some unwrapped, and we're gonna unwrap the rest of them.
So what you're gonna first need to do is open up your glue stick and take all of this glue out of it. Now, if you did accidentally not get all of it out, it's not the end of the world because a lot of school glue is non-toxic just in case someone were to accidentally eat it. So we're just going to want to take this out and then wash out the inside of the glue stick. And while I'm doing that, Zoe is going to peel the wrapper off the rest of our Starburst. So we'll be right back as soon as we finish that.
Okay, she's still cleaning out the glue stick, and I unwrapped all of the Starburst. You don't want to melt them completely, but if you do, that's okay, because you can just put it in the freezer for a while and let it harden back up. So we're just going to put this in the microwave and melt it a little bit or soften it, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, so I just finished getting all the glue out. I just put hot water down this and let it sit, and then used my finger and wiped around the inside. And if it has a tiny bit of glue in there, that unless you're completely, oh my god, I can't eat the glue, then you can try your hardest to get as much of it out. I think I have a tiny bit in there, but I'm okay with that because more than likely I'm not going to finish this whole thing. So then on this little part that goes right on top like that, which we probably won't even end up needing because this still goes up without it. So, but we might just put this in last so it'll help it. So we are also microwaving the Starburst on 30-second intervals just until it is melted. We decided that we're going to do it till it's completely melted, and then we're just going to go let it sit in the freezer for about an hour, and then we'll see where it is.
Okay, so now it's we're taking it out, and it looks like that before we start it. I think it's done. Okay, so we're gonna pause the video again and take you guys back out.
Okay, so we are now done with it, and
Be careful, it's hard on the bottom.
We learned that the hard way. So, we'll be right back as soon as we decide how we're going to put this in here. Okay, so we put the little black thing that was holding the glue back in there on the little orange middle thing, and then we scrolled it or rolled it all the way down to where it couldn't go down anymore, and now we are just going to fill it with the Starburst and then put the lid on it, or maybe we won't. We'll just see. Okay, we're going to then just put it in the freezer for about an hour and a half and let it freeze, and then you should have your Starburst glue.
Oh, and if you are younger than, let's say 10,
make sure you have someone
have an adult or older teenager help you out with this.
It's going to be a very long process.
Yep. We're going to pause the video while we do this.
So guys, this is really hot and it hardens fast, so we were trying to push it in and we picked some up and it started flying and it got on here. So I stuck my hand under it and I flung it because it burned the tips of my fingers. And that is why you need an older adult to do it, because it will turn hard really super fast and it burns. So if yours hardens,
dogs eat it.
if yours hardens really fast, put it back in the microwave and warm it up again, and then just try and instantly pour it in to your glue stick, and it's gonna not go in there, right? And you're gonna have to help it go down once you know it's cooled a tiny bit. So we'll be right back. We're gonna go microwave it till it becomes more of a liquid. So I'm sorry about our beautiful background because it is now ruined by really hot servers. We'll be right back.
Okay, change of rules. If you are under 16, have an adult help because this is really hard.
Okay, so this kind of got a little messy, but we've now figured out that you want to melt it till it's completely liquidy, and then you want to pour it in here, let it cool a little bit, and then push it down on the inside, like into the actual glue stick once it's cooled. I'm just using
putting the stuff in the microwave so that it doesn't harden.
So once this has cooled, we will add. Once this is cooled and hardened, we will take our finger, which it has not yet, and push it down to the inside of the glue stick. And then we will keep microwaving our Starburst until they completely fill this.
I don't think we should melt it like this anymore.
So we'll be right back as soon as we're done. By the way, this is very sticky and very hot, so be very, very, very careful. Okay, so we've filled it up to the most that we want to. We're just going to push it down, and remember, it still might be a little hot, so be careful. Now, we still have this on the outside, but after we put it in the freezer, hopefully we'll be able to just pick it right up. So we're going to put the lid on if it will fit. If it won't fit, just stick it right in the freezer and just leave it in there until you know it is completely hardened. And we're going to make a new background really fast because we got Starburst all over this one. And then we will be back with our next 3 or 4 DIYs. Okay guys, so we are going to do our next one, which I have no idea what it is. This is all Zoe, so I'm just going to sit here and watch. So she told me to pick out a few colors of paints that will go good together. Now there are some highlighters in here.
We also have these too.
So I'm just going to pick not the Sharpie or the highlighter.
And then all you need is a notebook and a piece of white paper.
Let's do that.
Oh, and blue scissors and tape.
So these are the 2 colors I picked. Like a minty green, which you can't really tell in this lighting, and a blue color.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a little bit of space between this and the spine and the paper just so that I can put a piece of tape on it. I'm just going to do a little piece of tape and then tape it down. You don't want to uncover the holes though. You want to keep those covered. So I will get right back to you in just a little bit when I finish taping this. Okay, so I finished taping this right here. I put like 3 to 4 pieces of tape down, and you can either cut this excess paper off or tuck it inside and just tape it there. I'm going to tuck it inside so that way we don't have that extra, you can't see the side of the notebook.
By the way, we forgot, if you have a very nice table that you're doing this on, then you probably want to put down some newspaper so your mom doesn't scream at you because you got paint all over her antique table. That's just a recommendation.
Or just put it on any table. So I taped the side access, but I'm going to cut off the end access that we have right here. I'm just going to cut that off. So, because it's going to be harder to tape. I don't want to cut the notebook. I might cut the notebook a little bit, but oh well. Ah! Oh, and for the Starburst thing, we just put the bowl in the freezer as well to see if it will help get it out any. Yeah. So I'll pause the video real quick and we'll get back to you once I'm done. Okay, I cut off the excess on both the bottom and the top, and we added one more little guy here. We added Oliver.
Sorry, the phone just jingled and he looked at it like, oh my god, what was that?
Okay, so now you just close the notebook up, and I'm going to take a little tape and tape this here so that way it's not, you can't lift it up or anything. Okay, I finished taping both ends and all the sides. So now I'm just going to take the two colors that Avery picked out, and I'm going to make a cool design or something on the front of it, just so that way it's not a blank piece of paper. Okay, so Avery is going to do the first design, and then I'm going to do, after we put that in the middle, I'm going to do straight lines for the rest of it. Okay, so we spread out that one color a little bit, and then now we're just putting the darker color around it. We'll show you what it looks like when we're done. I'll just keep the video playing so you can see what she's doing.
So this is kind of, oop, got some paint on the side of it. This is kind of what it looks like, and you're just going to want to take your brush strokes out like that. And you can make some of them a little bit bigger, some of them a little bit shorter, whatever you kind of want. It's kind of hard to see. I can kind of show you guys what it's supposed to look like without paint in a couple minutes. Just going to kind of put a tiny bit of paint either on the paper or on my brush and just spread it outwards. It's kind of like that. I'll be right back and I'll show you what the main idea of it's supposed to look like. Oh, shoot.
Is it going to cover the whole front page or just that little spot?
Okay.
Oh my god, the video's playing. Okay.
We didn't kind of realize that we were recording right then, but that's okay. But so this is kind of what it's supposed to look like. And you can fill like your whole front page with it. It's kind of hard to see in paint, but you could fill the whole page with it, or you could do a little piece of it. Here, let's try to make it focus. Kind of like that. Or you can do like just a little bit like that, or whatever you want. Now the next part is going over to Zoe, so I'm going to let her do that.
I'll let you take care of the flashlight. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do
I'm going to go check on our
is go put the lids and stuff on those. So the next thing we're going to do is take one of the paints. I'm just going to take the lighter colored one, and I'm going to put a little dot on, like, right here. That was more than a little dot. Oh, well. And I will take the paintbrush and paint it upwards first and then downwards just to kind of flatten it out. And it won't look like the best because I'm not autistic or anything. But we're just gonna even it out kind of like that. And just keep doing that with either different colors or the same two colors. I might add one more color just so that way it's not just these two colors, since we have that thing in the middle. Alright, that's good. So after I get these straightened out, I'll show you what one more color I'm going to use. Okay, good enough. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this gold color.
Okay, so not to interrupt her, but this is the finished glue stick. Oh, don't mind that blue. It's a little bit hard to get up, so we would also recommend, instead of melting it, taking a warm Starburst and just pushing it on top of it to cut out the shape of this, and just keep doing that. So you can just take a bite of it, and after you let it sit for just a little while so it can get a little bit warmer, you can just take a bite right out of it, and you got your Starburst glue stick. So she can continue her DIY, and I'm going to take another bite of this.
Okay, so I just added a little bit of the paint in there. You can't really see it, but now I'm just taking this bigger brush. This was the one we were using before. Now I'm just taking this bigger one, and I'm going to kind of put it on the side of it like that, and I'm going to put it right here in the corner. Once again, you guys can do whatever you want. This won't look the best because I don't really do DIYs that often. I normally watch them and wish I could do them, but I can't because I'm not autistic. So I'm just going to put this color in each of the corners now. And it's okay if you get it on the rest of the notebook that you had on the side here, or if you get a little bit on the pages, that's okay. But yeah, and if you guys are younger than like 9, 10 years old, you might want a parent to kind of help you with the paint, just so that way you don't make a big mess. Like, you're still going to make a little bit of a mess, but not a huge mess if you get help. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. I think I'm going to put this color right here. real quick, and then this add more right here of this color, and then right there. Okay, so I'm just evening it out so that way they're not big splotches of paint here. Alright, that's it for that color. Yeah, try to add a bit more here. So we're just going to add that paint there, a little bit more here and there. We're going to try to hurry up because we still have 3 others to do, and this is already a 21-minute video. So we're going to try to hurry up so that way you guys aren't sitting here for like 2 hours listening to us talk. Okay, that one didn't turn out that well, but that's okay. Alright, so the notebook's done. That's what it looks like. You can do a lot better than what we did, or what I did. But that's what it's going to look like. So next we are going to do the pizza notebook. So let's figure out what I did. So what you are going to need is a yellow notebook.
Sorry, I'm just going to get all this out here.
So you're going to need a yellow notebook, a green piece of pizza for the...
Green piece of pizza?
I mean, I'm tired. The green piece of paper for, like a green seasoning that you sometimes see. And then we're going to make a pepperoni pizza, so it looks orange on here, but this is really red. A red piece of pizza, and you're just, I mean, oh my god. A red piece of paper for the pepperoni, and then the yellow piece of paper for, the circle of the pizza.
Also, you're going to need a Sharpie.
A Sharpie.
And some either big scissors or little scissors.
Depending on what your age is.
Or how big your hands are.
And how big your hands are.
So, we kind of made a mistake and we got a notebook with this. But, try to get a notebook that does not have that on there. So, what you're going to want to do first is probably take this spine. So, this little metal thing out of it. And we'll put it back into the notebook and cut it so it'll fit in the shape of our pizza. So first you're going to want to pull this whole thing out. So we'll be right back as soon as we get this out. Okay guys, so I'll try not to do this because I started to do it and it was taking me a while to even get a little bit out. So I remember that I had a composition notebook. Now, we're going to do this a different way. Now, the only thing is, so your lines go like that, not like that. So, when you make it, make sure you keep this in there because that's what helps keep all the paper together. But instead of writing in it like this, like an actual piece of pizza, we're just going to have to write in it like this. So, when you open it, the point, you're going to have to open it from the point. So, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start to cut a few pages at a time because if you try to cut through it all, it's not going to work. You're going to want to start to cut through your composition notebook into a triangle shape. See? Gonna want to do that for this whole side and this whole side and make it look like a triangle. I'll be right back as soon as I'm done with that. Okay guys, so I've given up on life and started to cut and then this ripped and it wasn't in the shape. So we are not going to be the professional people that cut the actual pizza shape out of their notebook because ain't nobody got time for all that.
So we're just gonna leave everything, the notebook the way it is, and cut out the shape and just tape it or glue it on there.
So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to stick your piece of paper over this, but leave it so this part is still there. I'm really sorry that we've had to change a couple things. We are very bad at YouTube sometimes, and very bad at planning. So, you know.
We planned this last minute yesterday.
Yeah. So, anyway. Wait. Okay. Just trying to get this back in. Sorry guys, we're making lunch.
Yeah.
So, we're going to want to make sure that it fits on there. And then you're going to want to take your glue stick, not the one that you cut and made it into a Starburst glue stick, but you want to get a fresh glue stick. It doesn't even have to be brand new. Mine just happens to be brand new. And rip it open. And, you know, not be able to get into it. So then you have to take some stickers, some scissors, and rip it open. So, you're going to want to take your piece of paper and flip it over. And you're going to end up cutting some of it off, but just put glue all over the whole thing. So I guess this is just going to be like a giant zoomed in slice of pizza, which I'm okay with because I love pizza. I will appreciate the pizza.
It can be one of those rectangle pizzas.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they make rectangle pizza. No, you can't pull it there. She's busy. I know.
You want down?
I'm gluing, man.
You want down, baby?
Okay. So I'm going to stick
There you go.
this on.
I'm stuck in something I think it is. Wasn't that? Okay. No, that's stuck in something black.
So I'm going to stick a tiny bit down to my notebook where it's not sticking. And then I'm going to push this down. Now, I know you can kind of, well, you might not be able to see in the video, but in real life you can kind of see the notebook words coming through. That is okay. It is not the end of the world. So then you're going to want to cut off all of the excess that is on your notebook. All of it is the excess. They're not going to be the most clean lines, but we ain't perfect here, okay? So get over it. If you came for perfectness, go to another channel. Anyway. So hopefully when you guys try to do this, you are more prepared than we are. So they're, like I said, they're not the exact perfect edges, but again, we ain't perfect.
Yeah, we don't do DIY.
Not a lot. I mean, we do them ourselves when nobody's around, but then it's okay if you mess up. Okay. So then I'm going to peel this off after I've stuck some glue on it and make sure that this notebook has more glue on it so the paper will stick better. Going to want to line it back up. Push it down. Cut a little more excess off.
Okay. And then while she's doing that, I'm just gonna cut little pieces of the seasoning that you sometimes see on the pizza.
So they're just gonna be little. Here, I'll draw it right in my hand. They're just gonna be little shapes like that. And then, you know, the pepperonis are just gonna be little circles. I know I just drew on my hand in Sharpie, but don't judge me. Don't you do it. Anyway, so that is on. She's looking good. So now I'm going to come over here and I am going to draw out some little circles and half circles to stick on. Now, not every piece of pepperoni is perfect. So
And then I'm just gonna do it free-handed, so we're gonna come out like crap. We're not gonna use this whole piece of paper. I keep wanting to say pizza, guys. I guess I want pizza. I kind of do.
Now, we were thinking about making 2 more notebooks today, but if we don't have time, maybe we'll make this into a part 2.
Yeah, the next time I come over.
Never.
I don't know if I'll be invited next time.
I mean, we'll see what happens after the whole starburst, getting everything out of the bowl. So I'm just going to start sticking on some little pepperonis. But before I stick all of my toppings on, I'm going to draw a little face on my little pepperoni notebook. So I got my 2 little eyes and my little mouth. And there's my little face for my little pepperoni notebook. Now, we are going to take I forgot to tell you guys that you're going to need a little brown piece of paper. And you're going to want to cut it to the shape. I might actually move this little pepperoni. Sorry, dude. You're going to want to cut it to the shape of your notebook. So I'm going to guesstimate a little bit and just cut out a square piece of my notebook paper or my construction paper.
A piece just disappeared and I don't know where it went.
So, I'm going to make sure that it fits on, and then I'm going to round this just a little. And then, I'm going to make the bottom a little wavy because pizza crust isn't perfect. And there's my little pizza crust. So, I'm going to round this corner just a little bit more. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back of my little pizza crust and some on my actual notebook. And then I'm going to stick this right on to my notebook. Now, if it hangs off a little bit, don't matter. But now, if you have little pieces that are like this, just take part of it and just stick it on. We'll just cut like about here, and then we'll make this piece a little bit more rounded. That. Stick it right on, so it's finished. Like dish. We might have to, stick a little bit more on there. Like that. Now, I'm going to have Zoe cut out some more of my little pepperonis while I glue on some of these.
And if I'm not in the video right now, that's because I'm trying to cook our lunch, our lunch.
Having some noodles.
So, we're probably going to be eating in the video, because I don't really care how long this video is.
It could be 40 minutes.
It could be 2 hours.
I hope not, but I don't know where I just put that dude. Ah.
No, this isn't for you, baby. Those nails hurt. Hi.
So we got some little half pieces that I'm going to stick over here. My pepperonis.
I'll get that in a minute. This is gonna be harder now. I don't know why I left him up here.
One of my dogs back there. That's Oliver.
He's been in the video a few times, just because he's a puppy. Okay, except that there.
And he likes to get whiny and annoying when he's not right next to you.
Okay, I guess I'll just keep you with me because you want to be held.
I'm gonna cut out.
No, you don't want to be held anymore? Okay.
Got a big pepperoni. So I'm just gonna put some more of these and we'll be right back. Okay, and our pizza notebook is done. Now, I don't have any Mod Podge or anything, so I'm just gonna take, oh, there's my food. Just gonna take my glue stick and I'm gonna go over my whole notebook and let it dry. Now, don't touch it because it'll be sticky, but this is how I'm gonna let my notebook and make everything stay. Now, I think this is the last one this is the last notebook because it's already a almost 40-minute long video, and we didn't really expect it like this, and it didn't all turn out. So let's get into the outro. Okay.
I hope you guys like this video. We're gonna do a part 2 eventually. I don't know when that will be. It will probably be like halfway in the school year. Comment down below any other videos you want to see me do, or if you want her back. Subscribe and hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you can get notified every time that I update. And I will see you guys next time.